Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy LQ, Mr. Real Deal Fantasy HQ, loud shirts only, and this is the Fantasy Football Picks and Bets presented by Prize Picks. Make sure you guys download that app, hit the link in the bio, check out the website, and sign up using promo code MMN, and you guys will be set up for success because they're matching up to $100 on your deposit. Promo code MMN, and you guys will be set up for success to bring home the gold. So today I have a great show. It's the recap. Got some studs and, of course, some duds, and unfortunately the injury recap as well. But I got some trade targets at the end of the show that I want you guys to go out, get these guys for the cheap, bring them in, and they'll help you out when it matters, aka the playoffs. So we are moving fast in this, in this fantasy football season because it's like already week 8. Like I did not think it would go this fast, but hey, here we are. So let's get right into it. So let's start with the dessert, the treats, the stud muffins. Man, Jamar Chase put on a show today. 201 yards. He had 1 touchdown and 8 catches, people. He is putting up numbers right now that are just out of this world for a rookie. This is crazy. He's going into history books where it's just looking like we should not doubt guys in preseason or in training camp. Yeah, he had his struggles. Yeah, he had drop passes in preseason, but come on now. He's putting the egg on all of our faces that doubted him, and hopefully you guys bought the dip when there was a dip. So I definitely think Jamar Chase, man, is going to be moving forward, looking like the dynasty wide receiver 1, man. It's crazy. I'm not going to be reaching on it and everything like that. I'm not gassing, but the way he's playing out of his mind right now. And moving forward, him and Joe Burrow, they have something beautiful going on. Obviously, the chemistry there. So you need to have Jamar Chase on your rosters. Next up, Kyle Pitts, man. He had a day on tight end day, of course, 163 yards on 7 catches, no touchdown, but hey, cannot be too greedy, but he had a outing today. So I definitely feel as though Kyle Pitts moving forward is that guy that we thought he was going into the draft, whatever the case may be. He is showing why he is tight end 1. He's showing why, Matt Ryan will be successful every time he targets him. Moving forward, I love the chemistry that they'll possibly have in the future. Hopefully Matt Ryan isn't done after this season. Hopefully there's another season in the works with him. But Kyle Pitts moving forward for the rest of the season, man, he is a start and forget. The volume is there, and he's putting up big numbers. Like, are we seeing the plays he's making, the one-handed catches? Like, he's making it look so easy, man. So moving on to another tight end. Happy tight end day. Post tight end day, I should say. But at today, when I'm recording, it is tight end day. So CJ Uzomah, oh my gosh, he is a playmaker down the field for Burrow. I definitely appreciate Burrow finding his targets, finding the reads, and looking downfield for guys like CJ. Now, I definitely think, he's a big play dependent, only 3 catches for 91 yards, but 2 touchdowns. So I definitely feel as though being that you're going into a bye week where you have Mark Andrews out, where you have guys like Waller out on bye, also dealing with injuries, all these things in the mixture, I don't see why CJ can't be a guy for you in these starting lineups. He is putting up big points, people, and he's coming like a valid tight end week to week. Almost, he's right here when it says start and forget because he's making these plays week after week. So shout out to CJ being the stud muffin that he is. So let's move on to the duds. Guys that completely shit the bed. Guys that were putting in their lineups and we're thinking like, hey, they'll put up points. They'll put up big points. They have the matchup, but they didn't. And no, I'm not going to mention Odell Beckham because we already know he's a dud for the rest of the season. But anyway, moving on to the duds. Patrick Mahomes, man, only 4 fantasy points. The numbers he had did not matter, but he has been struggling. 9 interceptions in 7 games, people. He's been turning the ball over. Bunch of struggles that we've seen against Tennessee, and I feel as though he just wasn't there. That's not the Patrick Mahomes that we know. It's something else going on. It might be mental. I don't know. I'd get him scanned or something because the thing is he's making decisions that we usually don't see him make. Like, it's cute when he does the no looks, the curve balls, the little sidearm throws and stuff like that. But some of these throws, man, they're just not looking right. And most of the time we see Patrick Mahomes using his wheels and securing the ball, but he had a fumble as well. So he's having a bunch of turnovers. This isn't the Patrick Mahomes that we know. Also worth mentioning, he did get injured. He hurt his neck/head, and also his pride was hurt. So moving on, going into Antonio Gibson, man, he had the volume, but only 5 fantasy points. This may be the time where we need to start thinking about Antonio Gibson week to week. He's no longer start and forget because, again, he's getting the volume, 14 carries, 51 yards, but where are the touchdowns? Where are the touchdowns where we knew and loved the 10 touchdowns that Gibson had last year? We need to see this again. Where is this guy? We do not know. JD McKisson is still getting work that we don't need him to get. We need Antonio Gibson to be the workhorse, and it's not looking like that. So the thing is about Antonio Gibson, you do have to look at the matchups moving forward. It's a little alarming how many shares I have of Gibson, but I'm trying to ship him off as fast as I can because I don't want to be on a sinking ship, especially at a running back position where there's not that many out there. I want to get a better return. I want to get a guy who can at least put up decent points week to week in my flex position or as my RB2. So moving on to the next guy, Aaron Jones, man, I think he simply was just game scripted out. It was very pass heavy. I mean, he only has 6 fantasy points, only 6 carries. He gets the dud title based on we expected more out of an Aaron Jones, being that, he's a guy that can get it done out of the backfield as well. Goal line, master magician. I feel as though Aaron Jones only gets this title being that he was game scripted out. Nothing against his talent or his role, his volume or anything like that. So Aaron Jones to get the dud stamp this week. But I think this will be the only week you'll get the dud stamp from me or anybody else. So I think you'll live up to what we all expect you to be. So let's get to the veggies that we do not like. The injury recap. So Patrick Mahomes, like I said before, neck, head injury. Hopefully he's okay. It was really ugly. Thigh went into his head. But most importantly, his pride was hurt. So I definitely think, it's going to be monitored. He passed concussion protocol, so it's not a concussion. So he may be just dealing with a stiff neck, maybe not too serious. But still, his pride was damaged. That was an embarrassing game. I definitely feel as though they need to take that to the chin and just move on and get better. But Josh Jacobs left the game early, with a chest injury. Not too sure on the status of that, but he did leave the game. Kenyon Drake took over. Miles Sanders dealt with an ankle injury early in the game. He was taken out after, a couple run plays now. It's been said that they're trying to get the run game more involved. They're trying to get Sanders more involved, which is great because that's what it was looking like in the beginning of the game. And then he faces injury. So not too good there. Now, Jonnu Smith, he was heating up in the early of the game as well, but he's dealing with a shoulder injury as well. He was exiting the game. There was at one point in the game where we thought he's coming back in, but it must be a little bit more serious than expected. Now, another guy, Zach Wilson, struggle. Turnover, just the Jets not being very good. But he's dealing with a knee injury. He went down. It was a nasty sack. It didn't look too good. All the weight went onto the one knee. So I think he will be out missing some time, most likely. But we'll monitor that throughout the week and see what happens when they do some testing. So let's get into some trade targets, some guys that need to be on your radar. I like Rashad Bateman as my number 1 trade target right now. I feel as though I don't need to give up too much because if you're looking at box scores, he's not putting up crazy fantasy points. He put up 6 points the week before, and then he put up 11 points this past week. And I feel as though if you're dealing with a fantasy manager that only cares about the box scores, who have him on the bench, these are the guys you target and take advantage of. Now, Rashad Bateman had a 20% target share. Therefore, from the week that he started his NFL debut to last week, the points, the volume, everything was increasing. He's liable to fall into the end zone. And I'm telling you, man, once he gets into a groove, once he gets into a rhythm with a Lamar Jackson, that chemistry starts to build because Lamar Jackson is playing some really good pocket football as well. So I definitely think if the volume is there, I'm not too worried about Sammy Watkins coming back from an injury, hurting Bateman whatsoever, because Bateman just looks electric with the ball in his hands. He's getting a groove, and I definitely feel as though moving forward towards the playoffs, he's going to step up and show out. So get him now while he's still cheap. Get him now before he has the big breakout game. So I definitely think he needs to be on your radar to go out and get. Go ahead and throw an offer out there and just see what hits and what doesn't hit, and just talk to your managers, your league mates, and see what they're willing to give up and not. Now, next up, Jalen Hurts, man. 7 games in a row, he managed to have over 20 fantasy points. If you're dealing with league managers that are only with the box scores that aren't too impressed, or you're dealing with actual Eagles fans who are impressed with Hurts losing these games, you got to take advantage of these guys. Jalen Hurts, 7 games in a row, 20 points or more. I'm loving his playoff schedule. That's what I'm really looking at. After their week 14 bye, he has nothing but division games after that. And I love Jalen Hurts division games. I love the mixture. I love the competitive. It's towards the end of the season. Are they playing for playoffs or not? A lot of more QBs play a lot more heavier games. They play a lot more with more heart, I should say. I feel as though Jalen Hurts right now is getting it done through the air, getting it done on the ground as well. So you're getting a dual quarterback. He is a top 10 quarterback. So you need to be go getting him if you're dealing with a Sam Darnold, if you're dealing with a Matt Ryan. Not saying Matt Ryan's playing bad, but just more confidence of putting him in your starting lineup. If you're dealing with a Teddy Bridgewater, if you're one of those league managers who have a Trevor Lawrence and a Teddy Bridgewater, these guys, get him out of there. See if you can make an offer for Jalen Hurts, cleaning up that back end of the playoffs. So again, if you're dealing with these quarterbacks, if you need a guy who's a dual threat, who's a top 10 quarterback, go ahead and try to shoot your shot to go get a Jalen Hurts. I definitely think he's worth the target. I definitely feel as though him on your roster just elevates your entire roster, especially if you're dealing with injuries, you're dealing with weak points. COVID is still around, taking out guys. We still see a lot of things going on with trades and et cetera. We just don't know what's happening. So again, Jalen Hurts is one of those trade targets I want on my roster, especially if I'm weak at a position. That is very important, honestly. A quarterback is very important. I need my guy giving me 20 to 25 points every single week. And Jalen Hurts, check that box. He's been doing that. So go ahead and go get you a Jalen Hurts. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. This is the recap episode, studs, duds, injury report, and of course the trade targets. Hopefully you guys are going to go out there and attack and get these guys on your rosters. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Leave a comment below on what you guys think about the episode, and make sure you hit that link in the bio for prizepicks.com. Sign up today using promo code MMN. You guys will be set up for success to bring home the gold. So let's do it, man. On to another week.